All right, well, welcome everyone to our June 2nd team huddle. And it feels like we've been kind of in and out, not on a regular regular schedule because May was so crazy, but I am super excited to be back doing the team huddles regularly. I know summer is going to be busy and crazy for all of us, but I hope you all do everything that you can to plug in. And if you can't plug into our weekly huddles, then absolutely listen to the recordings because you are going to pick up some information from either being on here live or listening to the recording that will help you build your business during this time, during this current month of June, and when we go into July, during July, because we get some really specific information that's going to help you out now. Before we go ahead and kind of really get into the meat of what I want to talk about tonight, I am going to move our Zooms to Monday night in the summer. And that is because a lot of our weekends don't end Sunday until after 8:30 because it is summer. And so to give everybody an opportunity to really, enjoy their Sundays and not feel like you have to get back to get on a Zoom, we'll do our Zooms on Monday night. And when it conflicts with the Nation Zoom on Monday night, we will just jump on right after the Nation Zoom and do our own quick Zoom. But that's only once a month. And so that will only be July and August. And then in September, we'll go back to the regular Sunday night. So I hope that works well with everybody's schedule going through the summer. All right, so first of all, I have to say congratulations to a fabulous May, everyone. You all rocked your businesses. Everybody's QV was up. Everybody is in huge momentum, and I'm just super excited because so many of you guys really just pushed and pushed to the very end to reach your goals, to reach your bonuses, to reach your qualification goals. And so again, I am so just incredibly proud of your work ethic and the push that you put in for the end of May. But just to kind of bring it back down to reality, we all had this crazy amount of QV in May, and for us to maintain the same momentum, because we always want to push for more, if you do 1,000 in one month, the next month you want your goal to be 2,000 or 2,500. If you do 2,500 in one month, then you want your next goal to be 3,000 to 5,000. This is how we grow our business. And remember, when we move that QV goal up, we're not just talking about you and your preferred clients, we're talking about you sponsoring business partners. We're talking about you duplicating yourself, building your team, and that is how your QV starts to double and triple in a month's time, is because of sponsoring business builders to join your team. So for us to continue the momentum that we have going in May, and what created that momentum was all of us reaching out and talking to so many people about Arbonne's new products, okay? Creating that excitement for the new products. So how we keep that going in June is that we follow up with the people that we didn't get to close or really get to meet up with in May. We follow up with them in June, and then it's about new people. In reality, you've heard me say this so many times, it's always about 40 new faces every month. 40 new faces. And I've been actually hearing some, and then when we were at GTC and I was in the VP training, some of them were talking about 30 faces. They said 30 faces and not 40 faces. So, I think it's somewhere, the magic number is somewhere between 30 and 40 new faces every month that you're introducing Arbonne to, that you're talking about Arbonne to. We don't always close 30 and 40 people every month. In fact, we really typically don't close that many people. But if you're talking to that many new people about Arbonne every month, then you're going to close them in the following 30, 60, and 90-day periods. And that's what we say, that's what we mean when we say our funnel, keeping people in our funnel, because there's always people that we have to close, because we've already introduced 30 to 40 people every month to Arbonne. And so it's that follow-up. It's going back to them and finding the products that fit their needs, or are asking them to join our business. And so 30 to 40 new people every month. So this is how we're going to keep that momentum going in June, is getting back to the 30 to 40 new people this month. And so that takes, some focus and some real effort. And we can do that by, having parties, one-on-ones, drop-offs, inviting people to discover Arbonne, having Facebook parties. It doesn't matter how you do your activity. We all run our businesses a little different. It's whatever works for you. But the fact of the matter is, it's 30 to 40 people that you're actually talking to about the Arbonne opportunity and about the Arbonne products. So they're for you. If you're just throwing out blanket ask and you're not following up, or you're not having a conversation, that's really not gonna build your business. It's that back and forth conversation you're having with 30 to 40 new people every month that will build your business. And so something that we talked about last month that I want to just kind of hit again real quickly is that to keep our businesses in momentum, let's do the closing our month 3 times again this month. And so remember, our first close is on the 15th of the month. So decide what your QV goal is. How many business partners do you want to sponsor this month, and how much volume do you want by the end of the month, depending on what your goals are? Is your goals to get into district manager qualification? Is your goal to get into area manager qualification? Regional vice president qualification? Is your goal to bonus? And those guys of you who are new, talk to your sponsor. Your sponsor is going to help you define what your goals are as a new Arbonne independent consultant. And after months go by, you will be able to figure out what your goals are, and then you will share them with your sponsor. So we want to imagine that the 15th of the month is our close. And so what we want to do, whatever our goal is for a month's end, you divide that in half. So you want to reach that number of people sponsored, that QV number, and that number of people sponsored by the 15th. And so don't think about anything after the 15th. You think of the 15th as a close day, that you need to get in as much activity between now and June 15th to get your QV, to get half of the volume of QV, qualifying volume, that you want on your dashboard. All right, so then your second close date is going to be on the 23rd. They say the 25th, but I like to do everything by Sundays. And so your second close is going to be on the 23rd. So what you're going to do between the 15th and the 23rd is that you're going to work that week like the 23rd is the end of the month. And you're going to get everything that you can get into your volume on your dashboard and your volume by the 23rd. And then once the 23rd rolls around, if you treat this month like it has 3 close days, then by the time the 23rd rolls around, you will have reached your end of month goal, and then you can work on bonusing for that last month. You can work on bonusing and all the extras, or getting into qualification for the next level, okay, and surpassing it, qualifying in 1 month, qualifying in 2 months. So let's treat each month as it has 3 different close dates. So our first close date is the 15th. So work your business with focus and with passion between now and the 15th to get as much volume and as much activity as you can done. So we really want to have a strong June, because most everybody had a superb May and are in qualification or are bonusing. And you don't want to, do 2 steps up and 1 step back. You want to keep your business going forward. So what does it look like? What does a strong month look like? So a strong month looks like activity, activity, activity. That means lots of activity. And when I talk about activity, I'm not talking about working your business 24 hours a day. I'm talking about pick out a specified number of of minutes or hours every day and work your business that time consistently every single day. Okay? Every single day, we all have 24 hours in a day. And I know that we all can carve out 15 or 20-minute blocks here and there. Some of us can carve out more than that. So depending upon what your goals are will depend upon how much time you carve out in your day to work your business. But it's all about being consistent in your business, being consistently working your business so that you always have something in your funnel. You always have people to follow up on, and you always have new people to talk to. So again, what does activity look like? Activity looks like parties, one-on-ones, sample drop-offs, discover Arbonnes, Facebook parties, Facebook Ask. And you know, it's summertime. We are all going to be seeing a lot more people between June, July, and August than we did in, let's say, January, February, March. Because in January, February, March, pretty much if we weren't working, we were holed up in our houses because it was cold and ugly outside. And we didn't get out to see people. But in June, July, and August, we're all out. We're all getting out to see people. You are working your Arbonne business if you're talking to people about Arbonne. Okay, so when you go to the mall, when you go to the park, when you go, have a drink, listen to people, listen for the need, and then let people know that you can help them with that need. Tell them what you love about Arbonne. Invite them to go to a coffee appointment with you. Invite them to come to a Discover Arbonne. Invite them to a three-way call, to a Zoom with your sponsor. Invite them to find out more about the products and the opportunity, okay? So when we are in all this activity is important. But the creme de la creme, the cherry on the top, is in the follow-up and in the closing, right? You can talk to a lot of people, but if we don't close them, if we don't actually ask them to join our business or ask them to purchase product, well, we've done all that talking for pretty much nothing, because we're not going to get any results if we don't ask them to join us or ask them to purchase product. All right, so this is closing, and this is where most every one of us, I should say, finds it a little more difficult. Pretty much if you've been in Arbonne at any time and you use Arbonne's products, you're in love with them and you can talk about them all day. But what gets hard is asking people to join your business and asking people to buy the product from you. Well, tomorrow night on our Nation Zoom, Meredith is going to train on closing. She's probably one of the best closers I've ever seen. And if you have a chance to go look on her YouTube channel, she has lots of parties and different things on there, and she actually, talks about the close. And so she's tomorrow night on our Nation Zoom, she's actually going to train on closing. And so I encourage everybody to, if you can't be on there live, to watch the recording, to pick up some techniques, just some ways to use in your closing so that you can get the sale or get the person to join your business. All right, and then also remember, don't be afraid to ask, because most people need to be led. When you go buy a car, when you're at a dealership, those salesmen, they're not waiting around to see if you want to buy a car. They're trying to say, they're showing you what you need, what you think you would like, what's going to be amazing, and then asking you, is this the car for you? And we need to be able to do the same thing, because we are, we typically say we don't sell Arbonne, we share Arbonne, but we do have to ask for the sale. We do have to ask them to purchase the product. All right, so people want to be guided. So guide them to the purchase. After you've talked to them, you've listened to them, you know what their needs are, guide them to the purchase that you think is going to be best for them. But remember, the best product that we have is actually the Arbonne Business Opportunity. And why is the business opportunity our best product? Because when you become an Arbonne independent consultant, you have a tribe of women that are supportive. You have a tribe that lifts you up. And more importantly, or just as importantly, you will live a healthy lifestyle because you are surrounded by people who live a healthy lifestyle, and you will use the products because we have to become a product of the product to be able to share authentically and to let people know what we love. So we have to use the products. And so we become healthy, we live healthy lives. And that's just one of the bonuses of being an Arbonne independent consultant. But the best activity to be in as an Arbonne independent consultant and to keep your business growing and duplicating is sponsoring business builders, is sponsoring other independent consultants, bringing people onto your team. So you have to ask people to join you. And in fact, it is my number one ask. I ask more people to join me than I ask to try the product. And, you know, I do ask people to join the 30 Days to Healthy Living without asking them to join the business. That's because it's the 30 days. But after they've been in the 30 Days to Healthy Living, I always ask them to join the business. And in fact, you know, we have many people on our team that went through the 30 Days to Healthy Living first before they joined our team. Okay. And so that's just another avenue to, you know, to expand your business. Because really the best product we have in Arbonne is this business opportunity. Who doesn't want to make extra money? Who doesn't want to be healthy? And who doesn't want to be surrounded by all of you amazing women? I mean, truly, I mean, it's a win-win all the way around with the business opportunity. All right. So sponsoring business builders onto your team. We're going to go back and start using the three-way call again. I mean, you can ask somebody to be on your team all by yourself. Absolutely do that. But if you need help asking somebody to be on your team, invite them to a three-way call with your sponsor. Invite them to a Zoom with your sponsor, or invite them to come to a Discover Arbonne so that they can hear more about the business opportunity. And then when they join your team, it's very important to get them launched, because having a business builder on your team is great, but if they don't launch, typically people are not successful if they don't launch, okay? So we've got to get our new business builders launched, because it's the only way that then they will know how to launch their new business builder. So you can see how the ball stops rolling if we don't get everybody launched, because then they don't know how to ask somebody to join their team or how to launch them. And so we've got to get everybody launched so that they will be successful in their businesses. All right, so one thing I want us to do as a team, many of you guys have read this book, but we've got so many new people. We're going to go back and reread it, and then every Monday we're going to do, you know, assign certain chapters for every week, but we're just going to cover it briefly. And then if you have more questions and want to talk to it more in detail, then you'll discuss it with your partner. But does anybody know what book we're going to go back and read? We're going to go back and read Get Over Your Damn Self, because it is the best book on how to build a social marketing, network marketing business. And it's an easy read. So everybody, if you don't have this, order it. You can get it shipped to your house in 2 days on Amazon Prime. Okay. I'm not sure if the bookstores, your local bookstore like Barnes and Nobles, will have this or not, but you can get it on Amazon. Team leaders, for your new business builders, help them get a hold of this book sometime this week. Okay. This book will change the way you look at direct sales and network marketing. It will totally empower and inspire you to build your business big. And it gives you, I mean, she just goes over tons and tons of techniques and how, and just as you read the fart, get over your damn self, she has some colorful language in the book, so she keeps your attention for sure. But then so next week when we get on Zoom, it's going to be Monday, the introduction in chapter 1. They're quick reads. They are quick reads. And, if I showed you my book, mine is so highlighted and wrote in and inked in, and I can't wait to get back in it. I think we read it about 2 years ago. Was that, y'all think it was like 2 years ago? I can't remember. But anyway, excellent book. We're going to go back and revisit that. All right. And in that book, she talks about using the three-way call as a huge tool for your business. So I'm excited to bring that back as a technique for us. All right, so activity for June, get it on your calendar, write down the people that you want to contact about, trying product or joining your team. Write down the people that you can ask to host parties for you. Get some Facebook parties on your calendar. Get some Discover Arbonne's on your calendar where you're going to or you're hosting yourself. Get activity on your calendar because it's the only way you're going to keep that momentum going through June. Because remember, we got a lot of QV in May, and that QV was created by us because we purchased the I Want It Alls. It was also because we had preferred clients and consumer consultants buy the I Want It Alls. So that's not going to happen in June, right? So we have to make that QV up somehow. And so we make that QV up of being in a lot of momentum and in a lot of activity in June. And remember, activity breeds more activity. So when you start to get a few things on your book, you will see how it starts to multiply. So just getting into activity. So here, right now, I'm going to turn it over to Anna because also every Monday on our team huddles, I'm going to have one of our team share a specific form of activity because it could have been something that you had never thought of. And Anna is going to share an activity that I had never, I've been in Arbonne 10 years and I had never even heard of this. And this is an amazing piece of activity, something to do that I can't wait to do it myself tomorrow. All right, so Anna, take it away.
I don't think this was my original idea. I think I read it in a group or somewhere. You read so much stuff. But what I did was, once I realized that new catalogs were coming out, in my VIP group, I made a post that I had so many catalogs left, and new catalogs were coming out with the new products in them, but these catalogs still had all the other products in them, and the prices were still the same. And that if anybody wanted, in my VIP group, one-on-one, I would send it to them. And that one of the catalogs would have a gift certificate in it for $125 worth of product, which you use that 125 to 30. So I did that, and then everybody got something. So, when the new eyeshadows came out, I had all the old eyeshadows in my makeup case, and I had kept all the containers and the boxes and everything. So I put those all back in there, and so I just kind of randomly matched up a couple of eyeshadows and stuck those in there, and then I just used stuff that I had on hand. I didn't buy anything special. I had some of the lip balm trios that we had at Holiday. I had purchased several of those. I had done that even with the 125 for 30 because I thought I could break those up and use those as gifts to my preferred clients for birthdays and stuff. So I just kind of used what I had on hand. Some people I did samples. I think everybody liked what they got. But the one thing that I did do was I put a card in the one that got the gift certificate, and I said, when you get this certificate, I had like a code word, and it was "You Rock," because I had little cards that I had bought from Amazon that just say "You Rock" on the front of them. So I said, just send me a message and say you rock, and I'll give you further instructions. So when they did that, I asked that they post in my VIP group and on their personal Facebook page and tag me a picture of what they had gotten with the hashtag I rock. So that's what I did. And the girl that got it was very excited, and she added like 6 people to my group. So those are all people that I'm going to have to follow up with. But I felt like it was, it was money that I put into it. The catalogs I were just going to throw away anyway. But I thought, well, I hate for these to go into the landfill. And, I see things on Pinterest about making envelopes. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't have time to sit down and be folding papers into envelopes. So I just did that. So it seemed like it worked pretty well.
Well, that's fabulous, because just look at all the people now you have in your funnel.
Right.
From that. I mean, those are all new faces, you know. You're talking about people being new faces. Those are all new faces, and what a simple thing to do to create some activity. And it is something that didn't take you a vast amount of time.
No, but I think it's important that when you do something, when you do especially a giveaway, if you're doing a prize or a giveaway in your VIP group or even at a Facebook party, is that you kind of make part of it a requirement that they post a picture of themselves on their personal Facebook page and tag you, because otherwise it's kind of lost advertising because nobody knows about it. Only the people that are in your VIP group know about it. So she posted, and then I saw where, you can see when somebody new joins your VIP group, you can look at the members and it'll tell you whether, her name was Cindy, so there was a couple that said added by Cindy, but then there were some that added themselves, because she also posts. When she posted, tagged me in the picture, I went down into the comments and posted a link to my VIP group. So.
Fantastic. I mean, that is just so creative. And again, I've been in Audubon for 10 years and I have not heard of that, but I am super excited to use it. I believe Krista was who had shared with me what you had done when we were in GTC. And I was like, what? I want to do that. That's because I have extra catalogs, and so old catalogs. So I am happy to use my old catalogs to do that. So I'm super excited. So thanks for sharing, Anna. And if anybody needs any help with that, Anna, I'm sure, would be happy to answer your questions or to give you some, information or tidbits. But you can,
and it doesn't cost that much to mail them, because I just used a smaller. The envelope was just big enough for the catalog to go in, and then the eyeshadows and the lip balm, or even if you wanted to put a sample of hand cream or something in there, it doesn't take up that much room.
Yeah.
And then they had the excitement of going to picking up the envelope and not knowing what's in it. And you can look at the website, but for me, there's something to be said about holding the catalog in your hand and looking at the product.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm like that way. My mailbox is always full of catalogs because I'm an online shopper, and I just as much love to look at the catalogs that come in my mailbox as I do, to look at everything online too. So yeah, there is something to be said about actually flipping the pages, but that might just be our age, Anna.
Well.
Well, thanks, Anna, for sharing. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm just going to close this out with just a few more comments. And so again, I want you all to know that I am so proud of each of you and the effort that you put in to into your business in May, into making May the best month that we have had as a region ever. We reached a milestone in the Cardenas region. I actually achieved the VP bonus, and so have never reached the regional vice president bonus in the last 2 years. So that was super exciting for us. I thank you guys. I thank you guys because it takes a team, and I cannot wait for each and every one of you to get to this level and to be able to do the same thing. Because if I can do this business, you all can do this business. I didn't know anything that you guys don't know. I don't know any more people. In fact, I'm probably more of an introvert than most of you guys. And if I can do this business and do this business at this level and get to the MVP level, you guys can all do the very same thing. It just takes the desire, the belief, and focus and work ethic to get there. Because this business is very simple. We just talk about amazing product, talk about an amazing opportunity, but you have to do it. You have to work your business. You have to talk to people. You have to plug in like this, because if you're not plugging into our group and learning it's hard to stay motivated when you're isolated and on an island by yourself. So you need to come together with a bigger group so that you can get ideas, you can stay motivated, you can stay empowered, you can see other people doing their businesses and know that you can also build a business, just like everybody else. All right. So, again, so being successful in Arbonne requires teamwork, right? For me to be a success, it requires a team of all of you guys working together. And so that means, you guys plugging in to learn more, just as I said. But also by you plugging in, you're learning how to lead your team. Because if you never plugged in, you would never know how to lead your team. And the only way you're going to rise up through the different levels of management is by building a team. And if you build a team, you need to know how to lead a team. So you need to be a part of a team to learn how to lead the team. And so again, I'm just really encouraging everybody, and for all those who are on here live, for everybody that's going to watch the recording, plug in and encourage your business builders, your teammates to plug in, because there is not a national vice president in Arbonne that did not plug in, that did not go to the meetings. Okay, so there are people in Arbonne who don't go to the meetings, who don't plug in, but they do not become national vice presidents. It's just part of it. It's just like going to your regular job. If you didn't go every day, you're not going to rise up through the ranks at your job. It's the same thing with your Arbonne business. You got to be involved in it. So sure, Angel, absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, that was quick. I just wanted to say, especially for our new girls out there, don't let, when Kim says the triple activity, don't let that paralyze you with fear. It paralyzed me for months. I thought, well, I don't have time for activity. But once I got that concept of, it just takes looking at your day. Everybody looks at their day. We all know what we have to do that day. What takes priority? Obviously our children, their events, maybe it's work. So look at your day, the doctor's appointments. Where can you fit in 10, 15 minutes for just that intentional effort to make a phone call or send out 10 text messages? Literally, when you have figured out and you've mastered that and you've disciplined yourself enough to take those 10 minutes here and there. Maybe it's just 20 minutes in a day, or maybe it's just, 3 or 4 hours in a week total. It can absolutely do a 180 for your business. But that would scare me to death when they say, you've got to get an activity. And it just, in my mind, that was 24/7. I thought, I am too busy. I am too busy to do this. So I'm just going to discount it for this week. Well, then your weeks turn in, 1 week turns into 2 and 3, etc. So every day when you look at your phone or your calendar and say, I have to do this, where can you fit in 10 to 15 minutes of Arbonne? Really? And that was a game changer for me. So don't discount that. Don't let that freak you out when Kim or any of us are talking about, you got to get an activity. It really is just very minimal, because you never know when that 10 minutes that you've chiseled out can absolutely transform your business. That's all I want to say.
Thanks, Angel. I appreciate that, because truly, we all build our businesses in our own way. We all do the basic same things, but my time is not your time or anybody else's time. You find where to fit it in your day, and really it's talking to people. That's all it is. But it has you have to know to talk. You have to decide to talk to people about your Arbonne business. So but yeah, don't get freaked out about activity. I basically, when I say that, that's for the people who've been around a while. They know what I'm talking about. And thank you, Angel, for breaking it back down for all of our new folks that we have on here. And that is what is so exciting about this business. Our region, your teams are growing exponentially. exponentially, and that is super exciting. So in weeks and months to come, you know, there's going to be more people on here, and that is so exciting, because those of us who went to GTC and those of us who watched the virtual, you know, Arbonne's growth is skyrocketing. How many, somebody knew, how many RVPs did we have walk the stage? It was over 200, right?
Was it 291?
Yeah, I think it was almost 300 regional vice presidents walked the stage. And let me tell you, there is nothing any different about those women than us. I mean, it's just because they use some focused time and work their businesses. I mean, that's it. That's it. It's amazing.
I think we're about to have another region soon, huh, Brenda Fouts?
Absolutely, Brenda Fouts it will be our next region here on this team by the momentum that she and her team have going. So absolutely, yep, we'll be celebrating Brenda before the clock strikes midnight on 2020. So 2019. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all, but you know, you guys are all in such momentum, and you've been working your businesses, you've been talking to a lot of people, and you know, this is where the magic happens. Is where when it's just you've got so many people in your pipeline, you know, because you've already talked to all these people and you're following up. I mean, this is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. If you stop and take more than a breath, then you have to fill that funnel up again. So keep that funnel full, because this is exactly where the magic happens. And this is where it really gets fun in your business, when you start duplicating yourself and things start really growing almost magically. I mean, it's kind of fun. You know, I have to say, let me look on here. So Crystal and Kelly and Jill, you know, I didn't sponsor Anna. I didn't sponsor any of you guys. Brenda, I mean, I can almost say this for all of you guys. And all of a sudden you're here, you're on my team, you're in my life. I mean, that's how it just happens. It just happens. And, you know, one person can change the way your business looks. One person can change it. And how do you find that one person? By asking a lot of people. I mean, that's just simple. You just got to ask a lot of people to join your team. And when that one person who joins your team, who asks a lot of people, and they find somebody who asks a lot of people, your team exponentially grows. I mean, it is truly that simple. All right, that's it. That's all for tonight. I hope to see all of you guys on our Nation Zoom tomorrow. It's going to be really exciting, because not only us are in huge momentum, all the other regions are in huge momentum. And so there's going to be a lot of recognition, but also a lot of great training tomorrow, because we, as regional vice presidents in our nation, we know that those QV numbers are artificially high. And so for us to maintain this level, we really got to give you guys some real meat, some specifics on how to keep it going in June. So I hope to see you guys on tomorrow night, and I can't wait to read off our recognition. And you'll have things going out in the mail tomorrow, your gifts and recognition from me. So again, so love you all, guys. And if y'all have any questions, unmute yourself and we can get them answered for you. All right. Well, nobody has any questions. Well, all right, guys. Good night, everyone. Love you all. See you tomorrow night.